right about me. I'm just another useless elf. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? You can figure this out. Come on.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are? Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor. 3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higber is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it. That's what I'm intent on finding out. This tavern is full of scum and degenerates. The true culprit could easily conceal themselves amongst them. I have to keep investigating, keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. What? I serve with utter loyalty now and forever. Now get away from me and don't come back unless you have information I can use. Useless. Bloody useless. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? What is it? Unless you know something about the disappearances, leave me alone. I need to concentrate.
The elf shrugs listlessly. His eyes...
Plenty of suspects. Plenty of maybes. Precious little progress, though. I'm still convinced that the tavern is key to all this, though. What? And you think that's an excuse for me to stop trying? I'll never stop. Not until this
The elf straightens to his full height, martial and unwavering.
I swore an oath. I won't turn my back on it. Not now. That's no good. Come on. Lives are at stake. They were right about me. I'm just another useless elf. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
They got that arena down below the Black Bull.
Useless. Bloody useless.
Tell me if you are looking to hide. Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent. Killed by sorcerers. A most vile incident. You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime. Normally I'd argue with you, but you do have a certain look about you. Very well. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some difficult questions.
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
Your eyes betray the guilt of the human race. You believe it your right to ravage Grivalon. What say you?
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand through his greasy hair.
Ah, arrogance! That most peculiar of human traits, given your lack of cultural accomplishment. Save the towers you erect in worship of greed. What riches do you seek, human? Indeed. You seem almost fearless in your conviction. But I know better. Stripped of their swords and shields, humans are as fragile as flower petals. Admit your cowardice.
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed another modern classic. Listen now, and bask in its resounding refrain. The war drums keep the rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control.
They got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared.
Sound the horn and shout the battle cry. Tis through their might that peace may multiply.
I got a right to live, don't I?
Riches world over do they seek,
I don't think
and
you know
flush with gold they'll lord o'er the meek.
Ain't a bad poem, if you're into humans.
Shell.
Okay.
Once shattered, they alone descend to hell.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes.
War drums keep the rhythm of patrol.
Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew? A bold choice, on the face of it, unless you're looking for something a little more tantalizing than a meaty stew and a mildly alcoholic brew.
He raises an eyebrow and gives you a sly look.
I got a right to live, don't I?
The war drums keep the rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle cry.
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
Riches world over do they seek.
I'm sorry, I mistook you for a different kind of person. My mistake. I shall return to serving the other customers, and I wish you a good, if boring. Don't come back.
Shattered, they alone descend to hell.
Yeah? You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth. Then a smile creases his face. A smile.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world. You're in the right place.
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
Come on, right
I'm sorry, I mistook you for a different kind of person. My mistake. I shall return to serving the other customers, and I wish you a good, if boring,
The
appetite.
rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle cry. 'Tis through their might that peace may multiply. The riches world over do they
I'm
seek.
sorry, it's not about the money.
Flush with gold, their lord o'er the meek. Yet all is just facade.
Really, you
Frail
insult
shell.
me now. This is about...
A smile spreads across his face. He holds out his hand.
Now we're speaking the same language. So, let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? I'm being beaten at my own game here. But after yourself, lizards are the world's greatest lovers. And for a minuscule fee, I can direct you to the world's most talented lizard
War
lover.
drums keep the rhythm of patrol.
Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave it. And I suggest you take it. It's better to regret something you did than something you didn't do. Am I right?
He holds out his hand.
World over do they seek. And flush with gold, their
The money
lord
vanishes into his
o'er the
apron.
meek. Yet all is
Now,
just facade.
let me ask you this.
Frail
What
shell.
flavour of
They
stew do you
alone
prefer?
descend to
Do you
hell.
like the strong and meaty variety? Or do you prefer it delicate and fragrant, if you get my meaning?
I'm telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared.
Might as well have brought it to
Yeah?
Upstairs, on the second floor.
Caging anyone up that
His
looks
name
at them
is
War
Zarat.
drums keep the
Pleasure
rhythm of
is his
patrol.
business. Enjoy the experience of a
Humankind
lifetime.
establishes control. Sound the horn and shout the battle cry.
on the arm.
He gives you a mischievous grin,
'Tis through
then
their
dips his head in
might
salute
that
and
peace
turns
may
away.
multiply. The riches world over do they seek, and flush with gold their lord o'er the meek. If you got nothing to hide, all is just facade, a frail shell.
Magisters caging anyone up
But
that
shattered, they alone descend to hell.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails of 2 fingers, she's pressing red welts into her forearm. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she...
And that.
The drink has barely any effect on you, bar a coldness in your ribcage and a wetness in your seat.
Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty...
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim bar light.
Bottoms up. Cheers to you, me, and
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. What do you mean? Ah, fat lot of good that'd do me around here. Poor dwarfies can't seem to catch a break in these parts. So, to the dwarves. Psh, give me one good reason.
She dumps a heavy arm around your shoulder and pulls you in close, her breath hot and sour in your face.
Look it the...
She shows you the 2 swollen, angry red welts on the underside of her arm. She slaps them without finesse, making herself wince, and stares at you intensely.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. I'll tell you. There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she kisses you, she's downstairs. And now I'm different. It's in her lips. It's in the magic. I changed the right way. And then, I think now I'll be fine. You understand how, sometimes you just want to be fine. Yes. Yep. You ought to go see her. Dorothea.
She looks at you earnestly, her eyes gleaming, the twinkle of the amber...
I seem good, don't I? Yeah, I do.
The war drums keep the rhythm of patrol. Humankind establishes control.
Finally! Your colleague over there is absent. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be...
After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was... killed by those void beasts. No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds.
And the waiter won't even bring me any stew. Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business... Tell me, how are you with, well, Void Woken? Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Void Woken.
We made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'll do anything to get them back.
Very, very well, that's how. That cargo is worth more than a pretty penny, and I'll owe its retrieval to you and you alone. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a... I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day.
nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Buy me a drink and I'll think about it. Cheers. Later then.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile. She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber...
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? You've still some way to go yet, then. What can I get you in the meantime? You ought to enjoy a little rest while you can. Don't you worry. The Magister will keep you safe while you're here. My boy Niles over in the Joy makes sure of that. And where did you hear that? That disgraced elf who's been loitering outside my establishment since he was rightfully removed from... If I were you, I wouldn't pay any heed to the ramblings of that fool. We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your ribs, I'd flag down Loverick and get yourself a bowl of the house stew.
Telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You're good with the Magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right.
Coming right up, darling.
Humankind
You on the arm.
and shouts the battle cry. 'Tis through their might that peace may multiply.
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe. Ah, the stew. It's much in it. You should speak to Loverick if you want some.
I've spotted something.
The cook acknowledges you with a graceful little bow, but keeps her eyes on you the whole time.
There's nothing here for you, sister. You should go back out front, where it's safe.
It bears the Magister's seal, and there's blood on it.
Sharp knives, boiling liquids, short tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here. Now, please, I must here. My special stew just for my elven kin. Take it with my compliment. Now, I really must get back to my work. I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
She grabs the ring and glares at you, like a rattlesnake observing its next live meal.
You should have just kept out of this.
She gives you a defiant look.
Magisters are a blight. They deserve worse than the death I gave them. I wouldn't taint the earth with their carcasses. Better that they vanish into unsuspecting stomachs. I don't want to be lauded. If word spreads of what I've done, the Magisters will swarm all over. I oughtn't to trust you. It's a foolish risk. But something tells me you won't betray me. Don't prove me wrong, though, or you'll regret it. Now go.
I found something.
The cook nods at you curtly.
Remember what I told you. Betray my trust, and you'll pay.
Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better post.
The Magister's jaw is tightly clenched.
What? Well, do you know anything? Stop wasting my time then. Well, what are you waiting for? Tell me! The reward's whatever I damn well decide it to be. Now clear off unless you know anything useful. You think a bloody cook could best the Magisters of this garrison? How? What proof do you have? How convenient. You're out to collect a reward and yet you're there. Bring me real proof, or you...
Riches world over do they seek.
I'm not going to wait. Well, you think a bloody cook could... This is my investigation. Bring me Bellwether, I need those reports, damn it.
You do know people of mine.
They are no descent to hell.
I have to stop these. I'm not going to... Well, what are you waiting for? Tell me. You think a bloody cook could...
The Magister snatches the ring from your palm.
This is a conduct award. I presented it to Magister Harrick myself.
He shudders and abruptly turns to his subordinate.
Bellwether, get over to the Black Ball Tavern and question their cook. See if there's any truth. And you, if I find this is some sort of trick, there'll be consequences. Now go.
Do, Chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
The cook piles a bundle of what appears to be red...
I can see them, Elf. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
No, I'm afraid you're not. You shouldn't have seen that. Now I have to make sure that you stay silent.
Glory is mine.
A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away to a raised valley below. Tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advance.
I've sent Magister Barwin to look into your tales, stranger. She hasn't reported back yet, but if she finds out you're certain it was her, I won't allow for any doubt. I won't let my reputation be tarnished by a task left unfinished.
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Divine be praised, then. A satisfactory conclusion. Here, your reward.
He hands you a pouch of gold before absently waving his hand for you to leave.
Can't I go play with the others?
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
But Ma...
Wait until headquarters hears of my success. No more disappearances, no more deaths. It seems justice has been served well. Absolutely not! He's still a thief and likely a sorcerer as well. No, he'll face righteous magister source weapons? What the hell are they doing there? No more disappearances? Belle who? Oh, yes, her. Well, she died a magister's death at least. I'll be sure to honor her sacrifice in my report. Absolutely.
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
You do know, pretty boy of mine.
Then don't come over.
Ma, I'm fine.
If we got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Here I still am, and yes? Have you anything to...
In short, travel west in search of a dwarven base.
Should any such place exist, it would be very opportune indeed should you stumble across any correspondence between... Can't describe it to you any plainly than that. Junk.
What now? Got a kitchen and a bar to run. Bloody with you. Somebody should have taught her a little decorum.
Yeah? You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the great
War drums keep the rhythm of the drum.
I'll be fine.
They alone descend to hell!
Even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
That divine voice, that idyllic poetry. I could lose myself in Barstan's cinnamon eyes.
The war drums keep the rhythm of patrol. You must be delighted by my newest ode. Oh, fame, notoriety, neither, or both. The thing about a good verse is that it wiggles into the ear. People think wonderful, but I must ask some uncomfortable questions.
He stares at you.
Your eyes betray the guilt of the human race. You believe it's your right to ravage.
He smiles at...
Arrogant indeed.
The bard hems...
To all the bitter march of humans unabated. This world of war and cruelty they created. They shall not stop till all the world's are...
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins and...
Loha didn't tell me to let anyone of your description in, so why should I? It's already mad as a bag of cats down there, and I've no intention of flinging another mangy yowler in there. Scoot!
They shall not stop till all the world's a waste, and signs of all other cultures erased. The riches world over do they seek. If they got nothing to hide, they would hush with gold. They'll lord over.
You're good with the Majesty's cage.
All is just a facade, a frail shell. Throw them in a shadow. They alone descend to hell.
I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach, but the...
Do it. I told you to scram once. Don't make me say it with my fist.
He grabs your hand eagerly and laughs as you execute the finicky ending maneuver with...
You're the right sort for downstairs and no mistake.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
That's right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in a hole for all I care. It's the great book.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You're good with the Majesty's caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night
Got
with
a
a
pick who you
lizard?
can trust.
Then you're an idiot.
You got that right,
Town is
Ilka.
poor.
You got
This
that
room
right.
is rich.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a saucer.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass.
What about that? Right as rain, Hilga.
The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for
I'm haunted by my crew. They ring the bell to drive me mad. Please, make it stop.
She buries her head in her hands and
make it stop.
Take the wheel, Captain! Take the wheel!
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he rings his bell.
Spoke to the lady, Captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Are you hers, you bag of bones? Or sail you with us?
one night with a lizard. And I'm saying, then you're an idiot. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout and I'm ringing the bell.
His lip curls over his blackened teeth, and with his smile, you know you've lost the argument.
Rocks ahead, Captain! Avast! Hard a port! Ha! Rocks ahead! Do you hear me, Captain?
The bell rings on.
Curiosity kills the cat.
A ghostly seaman stares.
Are you her man, or sail you with us? I'm doing my duty here, I am.
His lip.
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings. The ghostly seaman.
Captain Abelweather.
He turns back toward.
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ivan smiles and.
Hard a port. Can't you hear
She
the
babbles
bell?
breath.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the...
Or gets it sent to Fort Joy. And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. And you can't be too careful, then you're an idiot. If I can get Alexander, I can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Who rings the bell?
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
Curiosity kills the cat. Or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Hard a port.
You're willing to risk
Can't you hear
Fort
the
Joy
bells
for
are ringing?
one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
You got that right, Hilga. You got that right.
And
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
Curiosity kills the cat. Or gets it sent to Fort Joy. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, you're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
Right about that. Right as
Then
rain,
you're an
Hilga.
idiot.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
Curiosity kills the cat. Or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
The ghostly seaman rings.
Captain Abel.
He turns back towards.
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
A ghostly seaman stares at the
Sail you with her, lizard, or sail you with us? Then you won't sail with her.
She ran the ship upon the rocks, although I rang the bell. That light weren't no lighthouse. I rang the bell in warning, and you ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the crew were drowned. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout.
His lip curls over his blackened teeth, and with his smile...
Rocks ahead, Captain! Avast! Hard!
The bell rings on.
Who rings the bell?
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Take the wheel, Captain! Take the wheel!
Curiosity kills the cat.
Hard
And gets it sent to Fort
Can't you hear the
Joy.
bells are ringing?
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Who rings the bell?
Rocks
A
ahead.
man's spirit stands before you, clad in scholarly dress.
Sweet Armadia, am I cursed? Has the goddess turned up?
The chronicler shudders, looking sick.
Again, when we were in Reaper's Eye, when I saw those but the vision always. Why can't I escape? Why is there never me? A lizard imp. She told me the design was brilliant. If it wasn't for me, the arm, if I knew the way, I'd shout until every god...
The chronicler puts his...
You hear me?
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Rocks ahead.
Curiosity kills
You
the
hear me?
cat and gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort
Rocks
Joy for
ahead,
one night
Captain.
with a
You
lizard?
hear me?
Who rings the bell?
Then you're an idiot.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Who rings the bell?
Curiosity kills the cat or gets it sent
Hard
to
a
Fort
port.
Joy.
Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard?
The bell still rings.
Then you're an idiot.
Do you hear it?
The ghostly seaman rings.
She ran the ship upon...
He turns back towards the...
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings on.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
It's a shame, it is.
An absolute shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. But I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't leaving one sick in the void working on me.
You said it, Hilka. You're a true patron.
Then you're an idiot.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
Yeah? What do you want?
Hard a port. Can't you hear
Huh.
the bells are ringing?
I want another beer and a bowl of stew. Which of us is more likely to get what they want, do you think? Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help us settle an argument.
And you can't be too
Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Thatcher bursts out laughing. Eden goes bright red.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting a magister. 2 magisters. The magisters.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected. Thatcher looks amused.
Disrespecting 1 magister's enough. Go on, get lost.
She turns back to her drink.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
You've got a pick and you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying...
Rocks ahead, Captain.
I can see a
You hear me?
And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander...
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it?
Of course it's not true.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
The chest won't open.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Of course it's not true.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear
Smile
me?
all you want. I'm not in love with you. Yeah? What do you want? Good. Keep it that way.
She tips you a wink, then turns away.
Why do you shiver, sir? This room is temperate enough, is it not?
Quite so, my lord. Quite so. The atmosphere here is spooky.
Smile all you want.
You've got a pick.
I'm not in love with you.
Pull yourself together, man. You got that right. Should I check the cupboards for ogres?
And I'm saying...
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
If I can get Alexander...
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment.
Ifan bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs. The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roost thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract. Hear that? Roost's camped out at the sawmill.
Better watch yourself, lad. Got greedy eyes on.
If I can get Alexander...
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? But, of course, I should hold my tongue and stand up.
Look out.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Of course it's not true. My lord, one. I'm not in love with you.
Yes.
You've got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilda. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander,
Perhaps I could go downstairs.
What about that? What is right, Hilda?
Absolutely not. The coffers, they're to be guarded day and night.
Yes, of course.
you've got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilda. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
All right about that. Right as rain, Hilda.
What the devil are you staring at?
Your beard, my lord. He seems less lush somehow.
It's as lush as it's always been. Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
You've got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilda. You got that right.
Of course it's not true. And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
I'm not in love with you.
And you can't be too careful, you know?
And the chest still won't open.
Speak the word, and I shall open. Speak the word, the magic word, and I shall open. No. 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 Still no. I am already closed. I did not understand. Do you... I am a chest. Is your buffalo unwell? Yes, you could. Do not profane. This seems likely an excellent choice.
The chest still won't open, and...
No. 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 Still no. An excellent.
You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me.
The chest still won't open.
No. 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 An X.
You're right about that.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach, but the creature... The chest still won't open, and...
An excellent.
I'm not in love with you.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
Goat's cheese. Mother, are you mad?
Smiling faintly in his sleep, the man slumbers on. He wakes.
See.
He settles back to sleep. He snorts.
Mother, it's so...
Then goes back to sleep. Fast asleep now.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Take the wheel, Captain! Take the wheel!
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Seems less lush somehow.
It's as lush as Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. It's right, Hilka.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Better watch yourself.
The trickster formerly known as Callow stands in Baron Levier's robes.
Ah, you know how it is. Pretend you own the place and a surprisingly large number of people just go along with it. But I won't lie, the beard does go down well with the ladies.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
hear me?
Of course it's not true.
Who rings the bell?
Smile all you want.
The ghostly seaman rings his bell.
She ran the ship upon the rock.
He turns back towards the sea.
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings on.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain.
Sail you with her, elf, or sail? Then you won't sail with her. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain. And all. I'm doing my duty here, I am.
Of course it's not true.
His lip curls over his...
Rocks ahead, Captain. Avast!
The bell rings on.
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Of course it's not true.
She babbles breathless.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. But I saw the lighthouse. I saw the light. The lookout rang the bell, but I thought that he was wrong. I steered for port. It rings now still. Please, make it...
She buries her head in her...
Make it stop.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander...
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
You're a hero.
Well, there's a fun face. Byron and I are patching up before you stay out of trouble now.
Wait until headquarters hears of my success. Perhaps I'll be promoted.
Come on. Can't I go play with the others?
What now? Got a kitchen and a bar to run. Bloody ruffian. Somebody should have taught her a little decorum.
Tell him, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
If you got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live. Throw them in a hole. It's the great good.
Hope you ain't looking for work in this dying town. Besides, you ain't got the look of a fisher about you, I'll tell you that much. Hope you ain't looking for work in this dying town. Besides, you ain't got the look of a fisher about you, I'll tell you that much.
You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in a hole for all. It's the great good. To hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in a hole for all. It's the great good.
Wait to bit you on the arse.
Wait until headquarters hears of my success.
If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in the hole for all. It's the great good.
I don't think you'd know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want.
Go on, sun's out.
Here now, when one's in a small... Have you a reason for barging into my room, sir? No harm done, I suppose. Still, I may as well introduce myself. Baron Levere, at your service. I'm a wealthy man, and wealthy men need protection. Especially the merchant's burden, you see. He must escort his merchandise, always. Travels, you say? And why would you assume I'm a traveling man?
He laughs heartily.
Of all things, I wouldn't have thought my boots would give me away, but I am traveling, yes, to Arx. Lucian's Day will be upon us soon, a celebration no man with a heart that is both as pious and mercantile as mine should miss. I go because it is every citizen's duty, our communal obligation to chant the rights of the That said, I do have more secular motivations as well. Arx positively overflows with pilgrims. As a merchant, it is quite my music to my ears. If there's anything else you need, know you're always welcome.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you. You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
All right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
The trickster formerly known as Callow stands in Baron Levier's robes, twirling his fake moustache with what can only be described as supreme panache.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying, me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they don't get any of us.
All right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
The trickster formerly known as Callow.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you. Trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying, I can see a sorcerer from a...
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? There's a chill in the air, a deeper darkness in the shadows.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Better watch yourself, lass. Got greedy eyes on you. Sets me on edge.
Of course it's not true.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Yeah? You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. All right, so leave go and throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good.
I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
All the world's a waste. And signs of all other cultures exist. Riches world over do they seek. And us with gold, there's no one
What now? Got a kitchen and a bar to run. Bloody with you. Somebody should have taught her a little decorum.
They are low to descend to hell. The bitter march of humans unabated. This world of war and cruelty they created.
I told you to scram once. Don't make me say it with my fists. Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins.
Loha didn't tell me to let any walking scarecrow in, so why should I?
He squints at you in the gloom. Then his eyes widen and he takes a stumbling half...
Well, I'll be thrice cussed to the void. If I'd been mezzed. I saw them collar you good, boy. Didn't think we'd hear you crap. Down you go. But no shenanigans, mind. I heard of any more incidents down there. I'll shave your damn wolf bald myself. You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
But, of course,
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in front of you. You've got to pick who you can trust. Of course it's not true. And honestly, smile all you want. I'm not...
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. He fixes you with a sultry look, and when he speaks, it's like listening to honeyed gravel.
I'm so glad you came, but your friends will have to leave.
He turns his back on you and waits for your companions to leave. A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. He fixes you with a sultry look, and when he speaks, it's like listening to honeyed gravel.
Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just the handsome gardener. I was in here watering the plants, and I saw these robes. I couldn't resist their silky touch. Please, don't punish me.
He gives you a cool look, then a flirtatious smile.
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So, what shall we do? Would you like me to dance for you? Or would you like to hear a poem? All right, darling. I'll dance.
He closes his eyes. He's motionless for a moment, as if listening for music that only he can hear. And then, almost imperceptibly, his hips begin to sway. As he finds the rhythm of the song that only he can hear, he sways and moves, silky with power and poise, at once beguiling and raw with pure emotion. You realize you hear the music too. He envelops you, his rough skin on yours. He laughs and leads you to the bed, tearing at your clothes. The bed receives you both. You realize that you are naked, and so is he.
But darling, why ever not? Oh, my darling, there's no need to fret. Look at you. You're strong and valiant and powerful. I should be paying you. Darling, I was joking. Come on, let me kiss you. That's really not how this is supposed to work.
Relieved, he kisses your lips, then your forehead, then each cheek, your chin, your neck, the crown of your head. He takes you into his arms, into his heart, into his very being. Your world explodes in ecstasy.
Of course it's not true.
You're right about that.
Smile all you
Right as
want.
rain, you.
I'm not in love with you.
Good morning, lovebirds.
Good morning, Gil. Hey, this is my lover. Lover, this is my friend Gil.
Shut it, Longbow.
I'm sorry, darling. It's a setup. You paid for a trip to paradise. Now you're paying for the return journey.
yield to none.
passers by.
Oh, my darling, you're so very good at what you do. I hope you're not sore about what just happened. Don't be silly, darling. It wasn't personal.
His expression hardens. A dagger appears in his hand.
All right then, lover. Let's dance.
I'm not in love with you. Do you hear it?
He gives you his mischievous grin.
I did promise you the experience of a lifetime.
His eyes widen. His lip quivers. You expect him to be afraid, even ashamed, but he's relieved.
Oh, thank the gods. They had me over a barrel. You have to believe me. It's hard enough to earn a crust around here, and me and the young'un, we've been starving. My lady, the little un was left with me when my wife died. She won't make it without me, the poor child. Livy, the child's name is Livy. She stays in the kitchen while I work. Go look, I swear it's true. I'm not, I swear it.
He gives you an earnest look and shows you towards the kitchen.
Beat you on the arse.
The riches world over to these. And us with gold, they'll lord o'er the meek. Yet all is just a facade, a frail shell.
You're not leaving my fight for a while longer yet.
Yes.
What am I going to do? Where is it? Where is it? Madam? Please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about?
She looks up at you in surprise. Her great greenish-gold eyes sparkle, and she rubs a palm over her smooth head.
You'd help me?
Tears star her eyelashes, and she begins to weep. She takes your hand.
I know. What a crybaby I am. It's just... you soaked the pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside it. Magister Raymond, he bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He's sure to think I stole it.
She tilts her head back and blinks back tears.
I'd never do such a thing. Never.
You're a hero.
Honest work, what I wouldn't give. But I'm an indentured servant to Magister Raymond. I'm legally bound to work.
She reaches out as though to shake your hand, but stumbles, falling a little into your arm. As she pushes off of you, she reaches lightly into your pouch. She rifles around for a moment, but doesn't seem to find what she's looking for.
Wait until headquarters hears of my
She twists away from you with an innocent smile.
Got to be going now. That pouch won't find itself after all.
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thanks, Divine.
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them.
Keeping it together, Bree?
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Take the wheel,
Got that right,
Take the wheel.
You got that right.
Of course it's not true. I can see a slide from it. Yes.
Ah, looking for another tray?
How you holding up?
Until later, then.
Keep to yourself, lizard.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet you could use a touch of magic.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Yes, of course.
Then don't come over. Penny for a grieved beggar whose dog got one on you, do you, sire? No money? You penny for a sick dog, people? Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Of the void. What kind of rat would sell such?
Keeping it together, Bree?
The kind that don't fancy starving.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
It's all well and good
You're
for
safe
you
among
with your
friends.
rations.
Never forget
Take
it.
what you can get.
Keep talking, Dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
I'm telling you.
Back for a return visit, are you?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I
Yep.
You're safe among friends.
Back for a return visit, are you? Yep.
Keeping it together, Bree?
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such?
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
The rest of this town. It's all
Buying
well
or
and
selling?
good for you. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, Dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Until later, then.
If I don't come visit you, ton, who will?
What now? Got a kitchen and a boiler.
Riches world over do they seek.
Majesty's in this stew. I've been eating this for days.
All is just a facade, a frail shell.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. That lying waiter seems to have legged it. Yeah? You're good with the Magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Beautiful, isn't he?
Throw him in a hole for this world of war and cruelty they created. They shall not stop.
You're a comrade of the brave soul who's to retrieve my supplies, isn't that right? So, what's the word? Always. I haven't forgotten what I've heard about the chef's mastery of the pot and cleaver. I'm simply waiting to have it proven to me. Always. I haven't forgotten what I've heard about the chef's mastery of the pot and cleaver.
Bitter march of humans unabated.
You want an engraved invitation every time?
We shall not stop till all the world's a waste, and signs of all other cultures erased. The riches world over do they seek,